Good morning, good morning. Let's wait for that to confirm we're all good. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Yoga Warriors. Today we are doing a slightly different practice. It won't feel so much like your usual class. We're doing a little technique tune-up. But this will be really useful for you to apply to all of our movement practices and other movement modalities moving forwards. Those of you that I also see at in-person classes, we're doing a much longer version of that this week as well, so you'll get a snippet of this twice. Oh, that's really good for you too. So, today's technique tune-up is on the pillars of strength. In the body, you have superficial muscles and you have deep muscles. Superficial muscles are the ones that are closest to the surface. Deep muscles are the ones that are closer to your skeleton. Superficial muscles tend to work fast. They can be overused and tense. Deep muscles tend to be a little slower to engage, require a little bit more body awareness on how you're moving, but when you get them to fire up and be strong, it allows the more superficial muscles to do less work and have less tension and a more even distribution of strength throughout your body. Now, these three pillars, in my humble opinion, and this is nothing more than my opinion, are the feet, the muscles in your feet, especially the muscles in the instep arches of your feet, the alignment, the positioning of your pelvis, and then how you're engaging through your core abdominal muscles. We're going to explore this standing up to begin with. So making your way to standing. Then, once you come to standing, taking your feet about hip distance wide apart and just allowing yourself to stand at ease. No particular engagement, just standing. And as you just stand, come to your thighs and give your thighs a good squeeze. The quads, the thigh muscles are probably relaxed, not particularly active. Then come around, grab a good old handful of your buttocks and give them a good squeeze, probably relaxed as well. We're going to see how that changes in a second by learning Pada Bandha. Pada Bandha is the engagement of your foot. So I'm going to come and show you my foot super close. Oh, that'll. The light's shining off, it's too bad. Okay, so on the sole of your foot, look at your own foot. You have the big toe mound, and then you have the ball of the foot. The big toe mound, that is one place that we push down the foot, then over onto the little toe side there, and then the center of your heel. So across the ball of the foot and the center of your heel. When you imagine that is like three prongs. So lift your toes up. Keep the ball of your foot down, but lift your toes up. And now feel that whole width across the ball of your foot. Really press down through the big toe mound and the little toe side. And then really press down through the center of your heel. Now keep that pushing down through those three prongs, but think about drawing up through your instep arch, like your arch is little suction cups. Now keep that and come and squeeze your thighs, and you'll notice they're engaged, they're active, they're turned on. Then come around and squeeze the buttocks. Yeah, those gluteus muscles are engaged. So keep that activation, but relax your toes. So toes relax down, but keep the activation. Press down through the two prongs on the ball of the foot. Press down through the center of the heel and lift up through your arches. Now as you just stand, feel that strength, that groundedness in your legs, in your lower body. You're standing strong, hence the first pillar of strength. But you notice it hasn't really maybe translated into the upper half of the body. More of that, it's about the alignment of your pelvis. So we're just going to start by warming that up. So feet hip distance wide. Sit your hips back and down and bring your hands onto your thighs. Now stick your tailbone up, bring your pelvis into a anterior tilt. Then exhale, curling your tail under you, rounding your back and into a posterior tilt. Inhale forwards, lift the head, lift the heart, look up. And exhale to round. Inhaling forwards, lift the head, lift the heart. And exhale to round, just freeing up that movement of your pelvis. Once more, inhale, tilt, lift up. And exhale, curl under. Rising up to stand. Now placing one hand on the front of the pelvis, one hand on the lower back. And if you just stick the bum out a little, that anterior tilt, do you notice how the front of the belly kind of pulls forwards, and it's not so easy to engage your core abdominal muscles. Now lengthen your tail downwards, not tucking it under, but lengthen downwards. And you feel how that low belly just starts to firm in and up, engaging those core abdominal muscles. Stick the bum out, tummy pulls forwards. Lengthen the tail down, core abdominal muscles engage a little. Once more, stick the bum out, tummy rocks forwards. Then lengthen the tail down, low belly engages. Now let's put that with your feet. Lift up your toes, helps with the activation to begin with. Press down through the two prongs in the ball of the foot, center of the heel, and suck up through your arches. Keep the engagement, relax your feet. At the same time, lengthen that tail downwards. You feel that lift now from your feet, the engagement of your thighs and your glutes, and the engagement of your lower abdominal muscles. And now next is thinking about how we engage more the abdominal muscles. So I'd love you to bring your thumbs to the bottom of your ribs, fingertips to the top of your hips. And those two parts of you, spread them apart. Okay? Bum sticks out, spread them apart, no core abdominal strength. Now lengthen your tail down and bring these 2 points closer into each other. It's like a little crunch. Top of the hips lifting up to the ribs slicking down to the hips. Same time, you can still broaden your chest above that. Okay. Release it. Engage the feet. Lengthen the tailbone down, hands on these ribs and hip points. Bring those 2 points slightly together. Now imagine you've put sticky tape here, like masking tape or gaffer tape, so that you can't rip that off. So feet, tailbone, a little crunch through here. Stick it with tape, hands down by your side. And now feel that strength in your body. Engagement through the lower body, through the upper body, but how the arms, shoulders, neck can soften around that. We're going to feel that work a little bit more now as you come to lie down. Right, a little more engagement, a little more learning. Taking those feet hip distance wide apart. And relax your hands to the tummy. And as you inhale, you relax the belly, feel the tummy rise. And as you exhale, feel how the tummy just drops back down. And we can make that a little more active. Inhale, feel the belly rise. And as you exhale, pull the belly button downwards actively, like you're pulling your belly into the ground, and feel those core abdominal muscles engage. Inhale, relax the belly, feel it rise. And then exhale, pull that belly button straight back down to the floor. Inhale, feel the belly soften and rise. Exhale, draw the belly button straight back down to the floor. Now that was just the abs on its own. What if we put the feet into that? So waking up through the feet. Ball of the foot down, but lift your toes. Press into the ball of the foot, the heel, lift the arches. You can relax the toes, but keep those feet awake. And you feel how everything else feels primed now. Then lengthen your tailbone towards your heels so the lower back's flat to the floor. Then inhale, feel the belly rise. As you exhale, actively draw the belly button down to the spine. Interlace the hands around the back of the head. Inhale. Feel the feet rooted, tailbone lengthened, the low back flat to the floor, and exhale, crunch up into a basic sit-up. And what's happening to the sit-up? Free one of your hands to your ribs and hips. You've closed off that area between the ribs and hips, like you've taped it together. Keep it and drop back down. Root through the feet, tailbone lengthens, low back flat to the floor. Basic sit-up, bringing your ribs and hips closer together. Then release it down. Activate the feet, tailbone lengthens, lower back flat to the floor. You bring your ribs and your hips closer together. Just what we practiced standing up. Release the hands, relax, and bring the hands to the floor by your side. Let's feel it in bridge. Lift up the toes, activate the feet. You can relax the toes and keep the feet active. Scoot the tailbone to your heels, lower back flat. Then press those hips up into bridge. Feel that bridge, feet engaged. Tailbone lengthening, feel that strength and stability. Then exhale, roll it back down. Press down through the feet. Move your pelvis, tailbone towards your heels, then wave up into bridge. Exhale, lower it back down. Once more, wake up your feet, tailbone lengthens, pressing up into bridge. And exhale, lower it back down. Bring the hands around the back of the head. Let's put these together. Feet, tailbone lengthens, crunch up, reducing that space between hips and ribs. Drop it back down. Hands by your side, press through the feet and lift into bridge. Down, keeping the feet and the pelvis active the whole time. Crunch up, sit up. Hands by your hips and lift up bridge. Hips down, but keep the feet engaged, tailbone lengthening. Crunch up, sit up. Down, nothing relaxes, feet, tailbone lengthens. Press that bridge. And you're probably feeling things like your glutes engage because these pillars turn everything else on. Relax it down, take a pause for a moment. Now we're going to engage some more abdominal muscles, the internal external obliques. Engage your feet, lengthen your tailbone. You feel that reduced space between your hips and ribs. Hands on the head and crunch up. Now we're going to add internal external obliques. Release your right hand to the side and then reach round to the side like your right hand wants to touch your right ankle. Come back to center, then take it to the other way. Back to center, other way. Back to center, other way. Once more each side, keep your feet active. Tailbone lengthening, low back flat to the floor. Crunching up and round to the side. Last time, last side. And center. And release it all the way down. Now bringing your arms straight up to the ceiling as if you're holding a football above your chest. And bring your knees up into your chest. Engage your feet. Lengthen your tailbone so your lower back's flat to the floor. Take a breath in. Breath out. Take the legs over to the right. Hover, don't drop them. So don't drop them. Inhale up to center again. This is internal external obliques that do rotation. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale up. And exhale over. Inhale up. And exhale over. Once more each way, slow and controlled, using your abdominal muscles here. Last time, last side. And over. Inhale, come back up. Hug the knees in. And then rock or push yourself up. And then over to all fours. Hands under the shoulders. And untuck your toes, feet flat on the floor. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, look up. Belly drops down. This isn't a pose of strength. But cat is, tuck your toes, press into the feet, feel the arches, then move the pelvis, tailbone down, then round, and it's like an upside down sit-up, ribs and hips coming closer together. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, tuck the toes, press into the feet, move your pelvis and round. Untuck, inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, tuck and round. Hold it in that round, in that crunch, and send the right leg back into a plank. Now engage both feet, tailbone lengthens the heels, crunch, reducing the space between your hips and your ribs. Then float the other leg back into plank. Kick out through your heels, feel your feet. Scoop your tailbone to your heels, crunch through your hips and your ribs, and you can broaden your chest ever so slightly. Shift forwards, drop your knees, untuck the toes. Crunch tailbone to heels, reduce the space between your hips and your ribs, and lower all the way down. Coming up into cobra, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, press up to your knees, tuck your toes and just sit back on your heels for a second, waking up those arches. So this is why we wave from plank to dog. Let me just demo for you for a second. That's why we don't just shift forwards. But these pillars of strength start in the feet. I lift up through my heels, engaging the arches. Then I move my bum, scoop my tailbone towards the heels. Now I'm crunching between the hips and the ribs as I come forwards into that plank. So you get that feet, pelvis, rolling to plank. Let's try that together. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Lift up onto tippy toes, engaging through your feet. Come forward, scoop your tailbone towards your heels, crunching through your abs, uncurling yourself into plank. Then press it back, downward facing dog. Feet, move your pelvis, crunching through the abs, curl forward to plank. Take it back, dog. Feet, hips, crunch through the abs, shift forwards, untuck the toes, and lower all the way down. Inhale, rolling out the shoulders, rising up cobra. And even here, look to the tummy, lead with your bum, up through that pointed plank, flip over the feet, downward facing dog. And walking your feet up towards your hands and dangle over those legs. Let the head hang, spine hang. And press down through the feet. As you rise, tailbone lengthens. Inhale, rising up to stand. Sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, the hands come down that center line. Relax the arms by the side. Again, this is also why we wave up to Urdhva Hastasana, to move from the feet. So feet hip distance wide, bend the knees, and just get a little springiness here. When we lock it out, it's hard for me to activate and engage. Now, as you drop down, relax. Then press through the three prongs, lift up through the arches, lengthen the tail down, then waving up through those arms. Exhale, hands to the heart, let it have a little springiness. Press down through the feet, lift the arches, tailbone down. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, soften hands to the heart. Same thing in the half sensily. Press down, feel that springiness. Inhale, lift up. Now, as you fold forwards, pull your belly button back and up to the spine. Rectus abdominis creates spinal flexion. Hands to the shins, root through the feet, lift those arches. Move through your pelvis, lengthen through your abs, look forwards. Pull your belly button to your spine, fold down over your legs. Rise to stand, lift up through those prongs of the feet, tailbone lengthens, inhale, swoop up. Exhale, hands to the heart, tailbone lengthens, crunch a little through the middle. Press through the feet, inhale, lift up. Exhale as you fold, navel to spine. Hands to the shins, inhale, press through the prongs, lift the arches, move the pelvis, look forwards. Navel to spine and fold. Press through the feet, lift the arches, tailbone descends. Gaffer taping those ribs and hips towards each other, reach up. and hands to the heart. Now let's put that with the plank bit we just practiced. Press through the feet. Inhale, tailbone down, rise up. Exhale, belly button to spine. Fold forwards. Hands to the shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant those hands, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up tiptoes, waken up the feet. Move through your pelvis, crunch through your ribs to plank. Exhale, shift forwards, knees down, control it all the way down. Inhale, roll the shoulders, rising up, Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, shift it back, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together, bend the knees. Now if you hop, it's the same thing. Bend the knees, pull your heels up, get that springiness in your feet. Curl your tailbone down, connect your abs. Then step or hop up. Inhale, feet. Move through your pelvis, lift up halfway. Navel to spine and exhale, fold. Root through your feet, tailbone lengthens. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Then when you add that to warrior one, think about the stepping forwards. Let me show you. So as I lift one of my legs, I'm not interested in that lifted leg, but the other foot. So come up onto the foot. So the knee comes to the chest. I can move through my pelvis, crunching through my abs to then float that foot forwards. Root the back heel, but don't rise. Lift through the arches, tailbone down, and lift up. Let's do that together. Tadasana. Feet, tailbone, inhale, rise up. Exhale, navel to spine and falls. Feet, hands to shins, inhale, lift the chest, look forwards. Exhale, step back, down facing dog. Inhale, lift up onto tiptoes. Curl your tailbone to your heels, crunch through the middle, curl forwards. Shift forwards and down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lifting up through Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, shift it back, downward facing dog. Lift that right leg and lift onto the tiptoes of the other foot. Knee to chest as you move your pelvis, tailbone to heels. Crunch through your abs. Step that foot forwards, help it out. Drop the back heel for warrior one, but don't rise. Press through the three prongs of your feet, lift the arches. As you rise, tailbone down. Engaging through the hips and the ribs, crunch there. Lift up in the chest, lift the arms. Exhale the hands down. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot and step back, down facing dog. Inhale, tiptoes. Move the pelvis, crunch through your abs, plank. Exhale, shift forwards and down. Inhale, raise up through cobra. Chin to chest, then move your bum through that pointed plank dog. Inhale, lift your left leg and pull up onto tiptoes. Knee to chest, move through your pelvis, crunch through the abs. Step that foot forwards, drop the back heel, warrior one. Press through the three prongs, tailbone descending. Crunching a little through your middle, but lift your chest, warrior one. Exhale the hands down, pivot. Step back, down facing dog. Inhale, lift up onto tiptoes. Curling through, shift forwards and down. Inhale, rising up through cobra. Exhale, take it back, down facing dog. And bring the feet together, bend the knees, step or hop up. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. And exhale to false. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Just the same thing with warrior two. Feet, tailbone, inhale, rise. Exhale, navel to spine as you fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, look forwards. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, tiptoes, curl and crunch. Exhale, shift forwards and down. Inhale, rising up, Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, take it back, and downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises, tippy toes of left foot, knee to chest, align through your pelvis. Step the foot up, center line, don't rise, drop your back heel. Press through the three prongs, lift your arches. Rise slowly, lengthening your tail down, crunching a little through the middle. Bring the arms up and open, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Lengthen tail down, crunch through the middle. Reach forwards, one hand to the shin. Then really turn your chest. That's using those internal external obliques. Bring the arm up and over. Extend the other arm. Tailbone lengthens, crunch through your middle. Lower, and then turn the chest more. Feel your abdominals holding you there. Bend the knee, inhale, raise up and open, warrior two. Exhale, windmill those hands down, pivot. Step back, downward facing duck. Curling forwards, plank, ignore me, changing ends. Hold it there, take a breath in, breath out to lower. Inhale, rising up through cobra. Exhale, scoop it back, downward facing duck. Inhale, lift that left leg, tiptoes of the right. Curl forwards, crunch in, step the foot up, center line, drop the back heel. Press through the feet, lift the arches. Inhale, raise up and open, warrior two. And feel that holding from the abdominals downwards, that strength. Then straightening through the front leg, reaching forwards, unlock the knee, hand to the shin, other arm up. Tailbone lengthens, crunch through the abs a bit. Turn the chest. Arm over, bring the bottom arm up. Feel your abs hold you here. And bend the knee, rise up and open, warrior two. Exhale, windmill those hands down. Step it back, downward facing dog. Come up, wave forward, move through your abs. Shift forwards and down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, rising cobra. Exhale, shift it back. Down facing dog. Bring the feet together, bend the knees, step or hop up. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Coming into Vrikshasana, tree pose. To practice, you shouldn't have to focus on the balance, focus on the pillars of strength. So both feet down, engage or root through the prongs, lift your toes, lift your arches. Keep the engagement but relax the toes. Tailbone lengthens, bring the thumbs to the ribs, fingertips to the hips, and just reduce the space between them a little bit. Keep it. Lift that left heel, bring the weight over to the right leg, then reset. Press through the prongs of the right foot, lift the arch. Lengthen the tail, crunch through the ribs and the hips. Bring the foot up to the calf or up into your inner thigh. Bring the hands back to the ribs and hips. Feet, turn on your feet. Tailbone lengthens, crunch through your middle. Then maybe extend the arms up. But just focus on the pillars. And releasing it back down. Shift the weight, engage the foot, draw the hip in, tailbone down, thumbs to ribs and hips, crunch to the middle, foot to calf, or up into the inner thigh. crunching. Maybe extend the arms. And release it all the way down. Then making your way to sit down. And even here, just in seated, feel your seat. Is your bum kind of stuck out and you're arching in the lower back? You can even here just lengthen down through the tail a little bit and feel that low belly draw in and up. And lean back just the subtlest amount and feel that holding in the space between your hips and ribs, but broadening with ease through the chest. Relax the shoulders. And allow those deeper muscles to hold you strong and everything else to soften around. And bring the palms together at the heart. Sealing our practice with the mantra Om. Take a breath in. Bowing to one another. Thank you for your practice today. Okay, lovelies. I know technique tune-up classes are not always the most fun, but I hope that made sense. Those 3 pillars of strength. Engage the musculature of your feet. Position your pelvis according to the movement you are doing. Feel that little awareness of the positioning between the hips and the ribs, and then you can still lift your chest above it. Any questions? Let me know, my lovelies, or I will see you on Friday, if not before.